On the quiet morning of October 11th, 2025, the world said goodbye to one of its most beloved stars. Diane Keaton, the Oscar-winning actress whose warmth, humor, and genuine spirit had touched generations, passed away peacefully at her home in Brentwood, California, at the age of 79. Her family confirmed the news in a brief statement, asking for privacy during their time of grief. Though paramedics arrived earlier, it was clear she had already found peace. Her passing marked the end of a life lived fully, brimming with kindness, courage, and a joy that never felt forced. Friends and colleagues spoke tenderly of her final days, sharing that even as her health declined, she remained funny and present, comforting those around her instead of allowing worry to cloud her spirit. Those closest to her described her as funny right up until the end, a reminder of the spark that had captivated hearts for decades. A life of grace and resilience. Even as her body weakened, Diane's mind and heart stayed bright. Her family noticed she had grown thinner and quieter in the months leading up to her passing, but her essence remained unchanged. During that time, she quietly listed her 5-bedroom Los Angeles home for sale, not as a farewell, but as a step toward simplicity and a new chapter. The home, much like Diane herself, was elegant yet unpretentious, filled with light, stories, and life. When news of her death spread, tributes poured in from around the world. Social media became a tapestry of remembrance, with fans sharing memories and colleagues celebrating her work. Flowers and candles appeared along Hollywood Boulevard, and every message highlighted how deeply she had touched people's lives, childhood shadows and early promises. Diane Keaton was born Diane Hall on January 5, 1946, in Los Angeles. She grew up in a household where silence and restraint were valued more than emotion. Her father, Jack Hall, was a civil engineer who believed in order and control, while her mother, Dorothy Diane Keaton Hall, had once been full of artistic ambition. Dorothy had won beauty pageants and dreamed of a life on stage, but marriage and motherhood had diverted her path. Diane watched this quiet surrender to routine and vowed she would not let fear or conformity define her life. The contrast between her mother's fading spark and Diane's growing determination shaped her into a fiercely independent spirit. As a teenager, Diane struggled with self-image and eating disorders, challenges she later wrote about openly. Those experiences became a hidden undercurrent to her public persona, teaching her empathy, patience, and the value of authenticity. School became her refuge, especially through theater, where she could express herself freely and discover the courage that would define her career. The leap to New York. By the mid-1960s, Diane felt trapped in Los Angeles and longed for a life that matched her ambition. After studying at Santa Ana College and briefly at Orange Coast College, she set her sights on New York City, a place alive with energy, challenge, and opportunity. In 1966, at just 20 years old, she arrived with little more than a suitcase, 2 scripts, and hope. She found a small apartment on the Upper West Side and endured bitterly cold nights, peeling wallpaper, and the uncertainty of building a life from scratch. She waited tables, performed in basement clubs, and faced endless audition lines filled with rejection and critique. Yet Diane's determination never wavered. She later described fear as her engine, a force that pushed her forward when comfort could have held her back. Early success and recognition. Diane's persistence began to pay off. In 1968, she earned a role in the original Broadway production of Hair, capturing the energy and rebellion of her generation. Her voice and presence stood out, not because she was perfect, but because she was honest and vulnerable. That authenticity opened doors to film, leading to her role as Kay Adams in The Godfather in 1972. This role launched her into Hollywood's spotlight and began a career that would define decades of cinema. Her collaboration with Woody Allen followed, starting with Play It Again, Sam, and continuing through films like Sleeper and Love and Death. Diane's ability to blend humor with depth made her performances unforgettable, and Annie Hall in 1977 cemented her status as a cultural icon. Her Academy Award for Best Actress was a testament to her talent, but Diane often reflected that fame alone could not satisfy the deeper needs of her heart. Success brought visibility, but also a reminder that true fulfillment comes from connection and meaning, not accolades. Love, heartbreak, and personal growth. Amid her professional achievements, Diane experienced deep love and loss. Her relationship with Al Pacino, which began during The Godfather, was intense and lasting. Their bond blended admiration, quiet understanding, and shared creative energy. Though their love was genuine, their different ambitions and needs eventually led to heartbreak. Diane learned to navigate the complexity of love, understanding that it could be both transformative and painful. This insight became a guiding principle in her later years, shaping her relationships and approach to life. The heartbreak, along with the passing of her father, led Diane into a period of introspection and solitude. She stepped back from the constant scrutiny of Hollywood and focused on self-discovery, journaling, and reflection. These years allowed her to rebuild her life on her own terms and deepened her resilience, shaping her identity beyond fame. Motherhood and a second chance. In the 1990s, Diane found unexpected joy in motherhood. She adopted her first child, Dexter, in 1996, and 5 years later welcomed her second, Duke. This chapter brought a profound sense of purpose and fulfillment. Motherhood humbled her, teaching patience, presence, and unconditional love. Diane often said her children gave her life new meaning and shifted her priorities. She found beauty in simple moments, packing school lunches, taking walks, and laughing with her children. During this time, she also faced and healed from struggles that had lingered since her youth. Therapy and reflection helped her release guilt and embrace self-compassion, practices that sustained her in the years to come. Creativity and legacy. Even while stepping away from the spotlight, Diane's creativity never faded. She directed Heaven in 1987, a documentary exploring spiritual beliefs, and continued choosing roles that reflected authenticity and truth. In her later years, she surprised fans with artistic contributions, including a tender holiday recording that showcased her warmth and emotion. Her work, whether on stage, screen, or behind the camera, always remained grounded in the human experience. She taught audiences that art is most powerful when it mirrors life's complexities and celebrates genuine connection. Her legacy is one of courage, humor, and vulnerability, inspiring countless people to embrace their own stories and truths. Grace in the final years. As her health declined in 2024 and 2025, Diane faced aging with acceptance and calm. Friends noticed a quiet fatigue, but her days stayed filled with simple joys, gardening, journaling, and quiet reflection. Public appearances became rare, and Diane chose peace, spending her time at home in Brentwood surrounded by light, nature, and family. Even in fragility, she radiated warmth, embodying the life she had cultivated, grounded, authentic, and deeply human. On October 11, 2025, she passed peacefully, sunlight spilling across the room, leaving behind a world forever touched by her presence. Her final moments reflected the same grace and courage that defined her life. Remembering Diane Keaton. Diane Keaton's life was a testament to resilience, authenticity, and the quiet power of choosing your own path. From a childhood filled with restraint to the heights of Hollywood fame, from love and heartbreak to the fulfillment of motherhood, She navigated each stage with honesty and depth. Her laughter, vulnerability, and fearless embrace of life made her beloved across generations. Tributes poured in, celebrating not just her talent, but her humanity. Friends, colleagues, and fans remembered a woman unafraid to show her truth, create with intention, and live fully in every moment. A legacy of strength. Diane's story shows that strength often grows from struggle, and joy can coexist with hardship. Her life reminds us that authenticity matters more than perfection, that love is about understanding and compassion, and that purpose can be found in both achievement and simplicity. Even as the world mourned her loss, it celebrated her enduring spirit, a light that continues to shine through her work, her children, and the countless lives she touched. Diane Keaton leaves behind a legacy defined not only by iconic performances, but by the courage, humor, and humanity she shared every day. The heart of Diane Keaton. Ultimately, Diane's story is a reminder that a life lived with truth and love is a life well lived. She transformed pain into art, silence into voice, and struggle into grace. Her most meaningful achievements were not measured by awards, but by the impact she had on others and the joy found in ordinary moments. Diane Keaton faced life fully, with humor, heart, and unwavering courage, and even in her final days, she embodied the qualities that made her unforgettable. Her story continues to inspire, a luminous reminder that living authentically is the greatest legacy anyone can leave.